It is a great privilege for me to be with you today. We gather for a moment of a special significance. The visit among us of Prime Minister Albanese, not only to honor a distinguished leader, but to also to reflect on a relationship that has been shaped by history, geography, solidarity, and shared values. The Order of Timor-Leste, Grande Colar, is the highest honor our nation can bestow. It is reserved for those whose actions have made a lasting contribution to the dignity, security, and future of Timorese people. It is therefore deeply fitting that we confer this honor today upon the Honorable Anthony Albanese, Prime Minister of Australia. The relationship between Timor-Leste and Australia is not an ordinary one. It was not forged merely through diplomacy or geography, but through shared moments of challenge, conscience, and commitment. At pivotal moments in our history, especially during our long struggle for self-determination, Australia and the Australian people stood with Timor-Leste. They did so as peacekeepers, journalists, advocates, and citizens who believed that distance did not diminish moral responsibility. I remember very personally moments during our darkest years when support from Australia carried not only political weight, but human meaning. As a young Timorese citizen fighting for our nation, well, even then I was not so young, but I was already, I guess, in my 50s. I encountered Australian journalists, activists, ordinary citizens who listened, who asked difficult questions, and refused to let Timor-Leste be forgotten. In those moments, far from home, Australia did not feel like a distant neighbor. It felt like a voice of conscience. That solidarity has never been forgotten. From those beginnings, our relationship has matured into a strong, comprehensive partnership between two sovereign states. Since 1999, Australia has been a steadfast and reliable partner in Timor-Leste national development, supporting the strengthening of institutions, the development of infrastructure, the building of human capacity. This support has evolved with us, responding to our changing needs and respecting our national priorities. Yet, the true strength of our relationship lies not only in agreements or programs, but in people-to-people ties. Thousands of Timorese studied, worked, and built lives in Australia. Many have returned home with skills, experience, and a deep connection to Australian society. At the same time, countless Australians have lived and worked in Timor-Leste as teachers, doctors, police officers, engineers, and volunteers, contributing quietly and generously to our communities. These human connections form a living bridge between our nations. They ensure that our partnership is not abstract, but personal, not temporary, but enduring. Australia has also been a consistent supporter of Timor-Leste engagement with our region. As we deepen our role in Southeast Asia and the wider Indo-Pacific, Australia has recognized Timor-Leste not only as a beneficiary of regional cooperation, but as a contributor to regional stability, dialogue, and peace. Our two countries share a commitment to multilateralism, to international law, and to a region where cooperation prevails over conflict. In a time of global uncertainty, these shared principles matter more than ever. Prime Minister Albanese's leadership has reflected a clear understanding of this relationship and its importance. His engagement with Timor-Leste and his presence at key moments in our regional journey signal a genuine respect for our country and our people. I have to say, I've met Prime Minister Albanese many years ago when he was a young, I think at that time, opposition. And I was in a pub in Balmain, and he came to attend my speech in Balmain, and I have to say And at that time, we had a fierce argument with Australia about UNCLOS, law of the sea, median line, and continental shelf. And I said at the time, and maybe then MP Albanese was worried because I said, based on the continental shelf, it's not Australia should claim us. It should be Timor-Leste to claim the whole of Australia. The only territory I would not claim would be Tasmania because they are such nice people. And the only thing that the media picked on my comments was I said I would not claim Tasmania. Today's honor recognizes not only his role as Prime Minister, but also the values he represents. The belief that good neighbors invest in each other's success and that strong partnerships are built on trust, fairness, and long-term vision. It is therefore with deep respect and sincere gratitude that we bestow upon you the Order of Timor-Leste Grande Colar, in recognition of past solidarity, present partnership, and our shared commitment to a peaceful and prosperous future. Thank you.
I am deeply humbled to receive this extraordinary honour, both as an individual but also as Prime Minister of Australia. And I give my sincere thanks to you all and to the people of Timor-Leste. For me, the gift of this order serves as a testament to the strength and depth of the friendship between our two great nations. The success and flourishing of Timor-Leste, its democracy and its people matters deeply to me as Prime Minister of Australia. And it matters deeply to the people of Australia that I serve and represent. Because reflected in each other, we find a shared history, but we also find a shared future. I was first elected to the Australian Parliament in 1996. At that time, the movement to secure your future as a free, proud and independent nation was gaining momentum. Then in 1999, the moment arrived for your nation to choose your own hopeful and optimistic path. As a parliamentarian, I was proud to add to the chorus of Australian voices calling for a peaceful referendum that would lead to a peaceful future for this nation. I first actually met your president, and not in Balmain, in a backyard in Petersham, before I was a member of Parliament, so more than 30 years ago, with people who were campaigning in Australia in support of your independence as a nation. I'm proud that in 1999, Australia stepped up, reached out our hand to meet yours, and helped to secure that referendum so that you yourselves could determine your future. Another person, indeed a future parliamentarian who stepped up at that time, was Luke Gosling, who is here with me today. Now he serves as Australia's Special Envoy for Defence, Veterans Affairs and Northern Australia. But from 2005, Luke served as an officer in the Australian Defence Force here in Timor-Leste. There is a familiar echo of symmetry to his service, an example of how so many contributions to public life, both Australian and East Timorese, have been shaped by the shared history of our two nations. Now, in 2026, we look back across more than a quarter century of independence for Timor-Leste. From here, it is clear Timor-Leste has come to fully and wholly inhabit the sense of identity and nationhood that was really always there, and that the world came to recognise in 1999. And seeing this nation take its rightful place in the world and in our region has been a great thing to watch. But more than that, it is something that Australia has advocated for. My government strongly supported Timor-Leste's accession to ASEAN as its 11th member. And I was at the ASEAN meeting with the Prime Minister in Malaysia just at the end of last year, where the formalities took place. And as you said at the time, not only is ASEAN membership a dream realised for your people, but it is a powerful affirmation of Timor-Leste's journey. That journey, without a doubt, will continue and will continue to be supported by Australia. We have had to deal from time to time with differences, but as we look from here towards the next quarter century and beyond, I reaffirm Australia's commitment wholeheartedly to your people and to your country, to the flourishing of this democracy and the proud spirit that underpins it. And as I was driven by the airport, from the airport this morning by your President, with the Prime Minister being in charge of security behind us as we drove, the spirit of your young people was incredibly uplifting. Something I will never, ever forget. Just extraordinary. The smiles on the faces of cheering. That is a spirit that will ensure your success. We will continue to do what we can to provide support, but I'm so confident that your people and businesses will succeed. We will work to improve better infrastructure, better education, better healthcare, and to do what we can. Because whilst we are, of course, neighbours, you have no choice. But we do choose to be your friend. We do choose to do that with a very conscious decision going forward. We can grow our trade links. We can work together in international forums. We can grow regional prosperity together, all in the pursuit of securing a peaceful, stable, and economic resilient region where we can all flourish together. Thank you again for bestowing on me this extraordinary honour, and I'm sure it will be very well received in Australia because it is a symbol of the friendship between our two great nations. Thank you very much.
To commemorate this historic moment,